very excited. We're in England, too. Look at
yes,
this set.
did you see
This is
that?
so
We're
great. We have
suddenly-
tea and a beautiful rug here.
Sort of like that. End of an era is near. The final season of Downton Abbey premieres January 3rd.
And the stars of our favorite upstairs, downstairs drama are here with a sneak peek at season 6, a scene with the 2 new lovebirds.
Ah, Mrs. Hughes.
You don't think maybe you should start calling me Elsie?
Not here. Not while we're working.
Go on then.
I wish we could settle the date.
There's no rush, is there?
Look at you. Phyllis playing hard to get.
Always.
Here we are, so delighted to have Jim Carter, Phyllis Logan, Elizabeth McGovern, Hugh Bonneville, Michelle Dockery, Alan Leach, Kevin Doyle with us all this morning. Thanks, you guys, for coming back to GMA. As you may know, we are fans. Amy and I share our weekly conversation about the show, so we're just so thrilled to have you.
Thank you.
And
Thanks for
let's-
inviting us into your beautiful front room.
Doesn't this remind you of the cast?
You feel at home, right?
I'm tiny.
You're at Highclere. You didn't know that. Highclere in Times Square. I love it. Jim and Phyllis, you all are the 2 lovebirds, and everything had been building to that moment, except I was actually surprised when you popped the question. Were you 2 surprised by the script at all, or were you expecting it?
We'd had 5 years building up to it, let's face it.
A very slow burn, wasn't it?
Yeah, slow-moving romance. It was delightful to propose to my darling.
You too.
It's a family show.
How was it for all of you filming that last episode?
Very emotional.
We all ended
Was
on
it?
different days, didn't
Yeah.
we? We all had our big cry, I think.
And
Pretty much every
Hugh and
single
I
one of us.
did our last scene together, and
We did our first scene
First
together
scene
and our
together.
last scene together, so that was rather nice.
And when they said that's a wrap, did you get emotional?
I felt sick. I just couldn't believe it was happening. But yeah, it was. But the goodbyes have just kind of kept going. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just the longest goodbye.
Yeah.
And
it feels like the last
is it sort
shout,
of wrapped up with a bow? I know you can't get too specific, but is there an opportunity for perhaps a movie, or I mean, or all these storylines, because season 5 was so busy? Did you guys wrap up them all up in a way that it's really kind of
No, I
a
think
logical
it's-
conclusion?
Anything is possible still.
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about ending with the spaceship is that you can go back to we could arrive anywhere, really, next. So.
We could do a movie on Mars.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Is there a wedding?
There's always a wedding. Come
We
on.
go to a church quite a lot, and several people are in white, but I couldn't possibly say who.
You know that film, 4 Weddings and a Funeral?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not like that at all.
It's 25 weddings and 46 funerals.
We want a lot of fan questions from our social media. I want to ask Alan. I mean, the fact that you're here tells me that Branson may be back from Boston.
No, it was just a coincidence. I was actually going for breakfast and I bumped into these guys and just said I'd pop in. Yeah, I'm not in the show at all.
So when we last left you, you had left Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
And so in this season, are you happy with the way your line concludes, your
Yeah,
storyline?
I think, as you say, that the fact that I'm here means that he may make an appearance again. I think Downton definitely is Branson's home, so it's great that he's there for the final series.
There's a clue.
What's it been like, though, to see the success here in the United States? I mean, obviously, the UK, it's a foregone conclusion this became a huge success, but were you all surprised that it was the United States citizens took so, oh my gosh, just like me, just loved every second of it?
Nobody could have anticipated that, and the generosity and the openness and the enthusiasm we've been met with over here has been remarkable. I was in Nashville, and I didn't know that Downton would play in Nashville. Every 20 yards, Mr. Carson, cowboys. Sorry, country musicians. Hello, Nashville.
Yes. And Elizabeth, I understand that when you're out with Hugh, you get a little upset because he's kind of the man of the hour.
Well, put it this way, twice.
Oh, you've heard this story then?
Yes, I have.
Twice. Actually, once, where was it? In Anik, where we filmed some of the show this last season. Someone came dashing over and said, "Oh, can we take a photograph? Can we take a photograph?"
And handed me the camera.
And handed her the camera.
Oh my gosh.
It's only because.
And Hugh eats that up, I bet.
It also happened on the White House lawn.
Oh,
remember
did it?
that?
He's taking notes.
I had forgotten that one.
Season 5 saw your characters, which were quite shocking, like a little bit of a shakeup in the core
That
marriage.
was a bit rocky.
Yeah.
Well, Elizabeth had some temptation, yes?
I did.
Yes.
I did.
I got
Lady
to
Cora.
wrestle with Richard E. Grant, which was hilarious.
And one of them left with a broken rib.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
And you've described your character, Hugh, as a bit of an emotional dinosaur. So will we see you sort of come out and emote?
It doesn't quite come out, but he.
That would have been a great storyline.
That's the movie.
Yeah, that's the movie.
You and Barrow.
Yeah, no, he finds his place in the changing world of Downton Abbey eventually. But you know, this final season I think has many of the flavours of the very first season, where you know, we really got to know these characters first, and everything seems to come back down into exploring those characters that we've loved, and some get their comeuppance, some don't, some get the happy ending, some don't. It's a bit like life.
Speaking of like how it ends, obviously Michelle, it's so hard. Like Lady Edith and Lady Mary, it's just been a rocky sister relationship. Any chance that may change or evolve?
Well, I
no.
Kevin said no.
Yeah, no. I think it's like a pressure cooker with the two sisters. So yeah, it may reach a head at some point.
Does Lady Mary find love and happiness?
Maybe. It's a very, as ever, it's a rocky road.
Yeah.
It's very up and down for
Wasn't
her.
it fun watching her try to find it last season?
Oh,
though?
yes, it
With not
was.
one, but two very nice
More,
candidates.
please.
Yeah. I think there was more than one.
I think there was three.
No, there were,
Right?
there were
There's
two in
been-
particular that I thought were.
I've had
were
many.
And the third one has entered the scene.
Lady Mary gets around.
Excuse me.
Well, you will see so much coming up on Downton Abbey, the final season. It premieres January 3rd on Masterpiece on PBS. We cannot wait.
Thank you all.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for having us.